All right, I think we're ready for Mount Wesley. If the Mount Wesley residents will come up, please. Another proclamation. Come on over.
Okay.
Okay, we have everybody. No, we've got one more. Here she comes. Okay. City of Kerrville Proclamation. Whereas Mount Wesley has had a relationship with the city of Kerrville from its inception. In 1923, the Kerrville Chamber of Commerce raised $11,500 to purchase 200 acres. The acreage was then given to the Southwest Conference of the Methodist Church. The 200 acres went from the Guadalupe River to the top of the hill to be used for camping and meeting purposes. It was named Methodist Encampment, and at that time the acreage was over 3 miles outside the city limits of Kerrville. And whereas the original concept for use of the acreage was to build a retreat center and a retirement home for clergy, which would help fund the upkeep of the retreat center. Lots were used and sold to clergy and some church members, and the money raised from the sale of those lots was used to build the first buildings, which consisted of dorms, classrooms, a dining hall, and a large open-air meeting building. There was only a dirt road from Highway 27 to the top of the hill, which is how the road got its name, Methodist Encampment Road. The river was used for swimming, and cedar trees did not dominate the land. And whereas through the years, as the center grew, it became the main conference center and retreat center for the Southwest Texas Conference of the United Methodist Church, but was simply and lovingly known as Mount Wesley. Over the years, thousands of individuals encountered Christ while at Mount Wesley. It is considered by many to be holy ground. 2 important crosses are located at the top: the Bolivian cross, which stands at the center of an outdoor worship area, and the lighted cross, which can be seen all over Kerrville. And whereas the center is now under the vision and supervision of the First United Methodist Church of Kerrville, it has been repurposed, and a wonderful renewal has taken place in the form of outreach ministries. It has been renamed Mount Wesley, the Light on the Hill, and today is an important and viable part of Kerrville by serving the people of the community and having a positive impact. Now, therefore, I, Judy Eigner, Mayor of Kerrville, on behalf of the Kerrville City Council, join the citizens of Kerrville in celebrating 100 years of Mount Wesley. So the first group that we had is Light on the Hill, that is now occupying Mount Wesley. And these are residents of that quirky little area off to the south of Mount Wesley. Tell us who you are and your history with Mount Wesley.
Okay, I'm Linda Bullard, and I've been part of Mount Wesley for 14 years. I live in a very special house called the House of Peace. It was named that for the woman who built it, Grandmother Elsie Peace, for her 21 grandchildren to have summer camp there. And I'm the steward of the Little House of Peace Free Library, which is on the street there. And if you'd like to learn more about Methodist Encampment, in honor of the Centennial, I have created a website, and in the course of 2024, the Centennial year, I'll be completing it, but it's already got quite a few things up, and one of those things is the history of Mount Wesley, and it just went up today. So come out to MethodistEncampment.org and check that out. And I'll just say that it's an incredible blessing. There's no other neighborhood like it.
I'm Evelyn Hickey. My grandfather and his family would come up here from South Texas, Alice, and camp at the Presbyterian encampment across from Shriner. And they drove up here in this jalopy-looking kind of car with 4 kids, and they were full. So my grandfather said, well, and this is from what my mother told me. He said, well, we'll just go down the river and find a place to camp. So there used to be that little bridge, a little dam, right at the end of Methodist encampment. So they stopped there, and he had been looking for a place to start an encampment. And she said he walked outside and he pointed up and he said, that's it, that's it. And so he got some Kerrville businessmen together and landowners and other people to invest in buying the property. And so he was the first one to buy property, and he bought 5 lots. And then from then on, more people bought lots. But so at our Centennial party that we had, it was a lot of fun. The MC was asking, "How long have you lived here?" And how long who's been here 20 years? Who's been here 10 years? Just on and on. And I kept raising my hand. Finally, he got to 40, and I just kept it up. And he said, I think Evelyn got it.
Well, her family's been there since day one. So of all of us, Evelyn has the longest history. But I'm Linda Stone, and I've lived up there for 28 years, and I just love history. And when we got our historical marker, kind of realized that the anniversary was coming up, so we thought it was worth celebrating. So
It was.
great place to live.
My name's Kathy Ciccone, and I've lived up there since 1990. And I started out renting the house that I lived in and had considered buying it, but just wasn't sure. And then I found out that J. Frank Dobie wrote a book in the garage up the hill, 2 houses up from me. And then I spoke with, this is part of the specialness of the neighborhood, I spoke with a woman who was two doors down from me. First of all, they had a Volkswagen Westphalia that I wanted to buy when they updated. But he was a Methodist minister, and his wife, Dawn and David Shaw, some of you may know them, and Dawn lived in that house as a child because her father was a Methodist minister. And so she had tons of really neat stories to talk about the neighborhood and convinced me that maybe that's where I needed to be. So I stayed and still there, and come up and visit.
Lots of good history. Wonderful. All right, we'll let you hold this, and we'll take a picture.
There we go. And one more. Thank you.
Okay, the important part.
Thank you, Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for that. Thanks for coming. Thanks for recognizing. All right, we just got a couple more left.